Welcome to part 2 of the video and welcome back. All right, now that our Terraform config is deployed and working, we're moving on to building the actual automation agent, something that can scan Okta for existing apps and generate Terraform configuration for ones that support SAML or SCIM. Now, as you can see here, I created a new Python script called scan Okta apps.py. This script uses the Okta API to pull back a list of all existing apps in the developer tenant. So just to give you a see of what the script does, we'll go ahead and run it now. And as you can see here, the script returns a list of all the applications in the Okta tenant. So we see things like Okta workflows, our poker trivia agent app, as well as the accounting agent app. So it ran successfully, but here is the thing. Most of the apps in the tenant are using OpenID Connect, and only one app, Okta Workflows, shows SCIM provisioning features. So to move forward with this automation, I need to add at least one app that supports either SAML or SCIM. And the best way to do that is by grabbing one from the Okta integration network, OIN. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll see you there. Okay, back to our Okta admin dashboard. We will now add an app from the Okta integration network. So we'll go ahead and add Zoom for this demo, which is a popular SAML and a SCIM compatible app. And we'll go ahead and do that by going to Applications. And then go to Browse App Catalog. Search Zoom. Add integration. After adding it, I'll go ahead and rerun the scanner and verify that it's detected properly. Then we can use it as the basis for auto-generating Terraform. As a quick heads up, before we move forward, I just want to say that most apps in the Okta integration network only allow SSO and provisioning with business or enterprise plans. Zoom's a good one to test with, but always double check app support before diving into Terraform. And as I say this, it looks like Zoom supports SAML with a free account, but SCIM provisioning is only available with a paid Zoom plan. For this demo, we'll focus on setting up the SAML side, which still gives us a realistic view into automating SSO setup from Okta with Terraform. Okay, back at our terminal, we'll go ahead and rerun the scanner script, and it should detect all SAML-enabled apps with SCIM features. So in our case, it should detect Zoom. So let's go ahead and check. Let's run the scanner app, and voila. I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me go ahead and bring this lower. As you can see here, we can see the Zoom app listed at the bottom of our list, and it shows sign-in mode as SAML 2.0. Perfect. And just to confirm, if we navigate back to our Okta admin dashboard, we will see that Zoom has been added to our list of applications, and you will see that I renamed the application Zoom SAML SCIM Demo just so it's easier to identify. I actually renamed the application when I added it from the Okta integration network, hence the name change. Now that Zoom is live in our Okta tenant, it's time to generate a Terraform config file for it. I wrote a script called generate_tf.py that creates a complete .tf file using Zoom's metadata, including the SSO URL and group assignment. Now, in this example, I'm passing in Zoom's SSO URL and group ID. These values can be pulled from the Okta admin UI or hard-coded for now, which we're doing. Once that's done, I'll go ahead and rerun the script like this. Can you see the script? All right. Python generate .tfpy. That creates a new file called Zoom_SAML_SCIM.tf, and that file is ready to be applied with Terraform. Okay, and just to give you a look at what was created inside the Zoom_SAML_SCIM.tf file. This is what will be used with Terraform. As you can see here, we can see attribute statement blocks, as well as information under the resource block. Now that we've added our Zoom app configuration to Terraform, let's go ahead and apply it. Okay, now go ahead and run Terraform apply. Okay, Terraform starts by refreshing the state and shows a plan to create a new group assignment. That's exactly what we expect. Zoom's already been created, so this step links to our target Okta group. We confirm the plan by typing yes, and boom, Terraform creates the Zoom group assignment in just a second. All right, we're now back inside the Okta admin console. And let's go ahead and now look for our Zoom application. There we go. Let's go ahead and click into it. Now let's go ahead and scroll over to the Sign On tab. And here's where all the magic happens. So if you look under the SAML 2.0 section, under Sign In Methods, you'll see that SAML 2.0 is selected. So this means that Okta will act as the identity provider for Zoom. Next is the metadata URL. This is very important. This is what Zoom will use to trust Okta. All right, now that we've tested Terraform manually and deployed a Zoom SAML app, we are automating the rest with our custom CLI agent. Now, step one, we are going to run the agent.py script with the scan parameter. And this hits the Okta API and shows all apps in our tenant, including sign-on methods and SCIM capabilities. You'll see entries for OAuth apps like the Poker Trivia agent and SAML apps like Zoom. So let's go ahead and do that now. And there we go. So if we scroll up or down, we should see all the apps in our tenant. And as you can see here at the bottom, we could see our Zoom SAML app. And now let's go ahead and automate the Terraform config generation. All right, now let's go ahead and run that command now. And boom, a ready to deploy Terraform file is now saved to our Terraform/generated directory under the file named Zoom_SAML_SCIM.tf, and it is complete with attribute statements and group assignments. With that said, let's go ahead and take a look at that file now. So let's go ahead and navigate to our Zoom SAML_SCIM.tf file, and as we can see here, it's got all the attribute statements and group assignments. And effectively, this turns our Okta admin flow into something that's repeatable as well as version controlled. In the next section, I'll show you how to turn this into a GitHub action or CI/CD flow. But for now, agent.py is working.